A little bit of context. Yeah? One is that we know that women on-ramp and off-ramp, we know that women step out of the corporate world. Yeah? There is research to tell us that. There's our daily lives to tell us that. I mean, there's research by Sylvia Ann Hewlett who says that 43% of all working women, all qualified women, take a break sometime in their career. You heard Geetu speak about a 9-month break. There are people who go for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, etc., etc. So women do leave the organization. And intuitively it makes sense. You know, the decade of 30s to 40s is the decade when people in the corporate world are expected to strengthen their credentials to hit the board of the company. And that's the decade which is hardest for women, because that's the decade you're trying to build a family, look after your aging parents. It seems like everything comes together and becomes the hardest to pursue careers in those years. And when you don't, and you're competing with others, men in this case, who are building their credentials day in, day out, putting 24 hours at work or whatever it takes. So intuitively it makes sense. I mean, in my own life, my sister gave up a career for 18 years. Finance professional, gave up a career for 18 years. I think when my niece went to university, I asked my sister, now what's your excuse? I mean, 18 years I've heard this, you know. She's small, she needs me, and blah, 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 12, 13. Now she's gone to university. She's like a million miles away. She's in Yale. Now you tell me what's your excuse. And then sort of it pours out, the lack of confidence, the lack of knowing whether the skills are relevant anymore, you know, the worry to compete. And I see it daily. I mean, you know, I've sort of got her into a state where now she's confident, she's wanting to come back, but I've seen her go through that journey for 18 months. With all my HR skills, it took me 18 months to persuade her not to feel this lack of confidence, not to feel this apprehension. The other set of women, you know, when I look at the management trainees in HUL, we, you know, were 6 or 7 women who joined together. I'm the only one who's actively pursuing a career. There's 1 more who's working a little flexibly, and 5 more who've completely forgotten what a corporate world looks like. Some of them even think they don't want to get back there. Yeah? And that's a choice that you make. So the point I want to make is, women do leave. We know that. Corporate world earlier was not cognizant of that, was not wanting to make the concessions for that. But today, I feel grateful that in my lifetime, I'm seeing people in the organization change. I'm seeing leaders change. I'm seeing the corporate world change and saying, how do we make this work for the 1.5 million women or some such number of women out there who are talented, can contribute, but are just seeking a platform to come back, are seeking some support to come back. So, you know, I can't tell you what a lovely time it is and how good you should feel that you're going to be a pioneering set of women in the next few years who will make this possible and inspire many, many women after you.